scroll through this post, especially those that are coming from the northern handles that are kind of talking down on this water project. Now, not just go through the comment section. That's where you will see the real juice. The real juice is in the comment section. Some heartwarming comments, and they are not coming from fellow obedience, or call it the juice. The main juice you're looking for is in the comment section. They're not coming from fellow obedience. They're coming from people who either never even supported him, never even liked him, never even never even thought, are the ones suddenly, speaking truth to power. There is something about an average northerner just to standing with truth. Like when something they know that this is the truth, and in all ramification.
Am I just the one?
I was about. Is it just me or Arawachik? I think you keep breaking off.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
can't hear me now?
I mean, you can hear you, but it ceases at intervals. So, but just go ahead, listen.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay.
You're doing
So
like
there's something.
one pastor.
There go the reached edge. So there's something about the average northerner.
Yeah, no, Arawachik, I think you may need to drop and then come back. Yeah.
Okay.
We are losing the huge part of your submission.
Yeah, I mean, well meaning to everyone on the space. If you're not using the laptop or computer, I just realized that there's a new update of Twitter. I had the same issue I had, so I had to update it. So if you want to do that before coming up, it will make things much more easier. Back to you.
Just add more. Honestly speaking, what this lady has shared to me in the DM has just I will share to some people that you want to see. Just you will be shocked what's happening in the north. Honestly speaking, I think you might see how subtle her submission is. I feel she's yet to realize the extent of what this PO's water project is doing in the north. The things she shared with me in the DM that I saw, you will be shocked. So please, it just emphasize on what Ibrahim, Malam Jabi was just saying here. There are thousands of northerners, obedient northerners, are waking up every single day with every project Peter does in the north. Every day, people's eyes are being woken. It's just like the chains, the chains of a prison have been broken and set free, and people are just walking out freely to see things for themselves. And please, do not look at it and act like, oh, why didn't they wake up since? No. When somebody wakes up, it's the person's morning, and you give that person good morning. Please. Aruwati, you can come in now.
All right. Thank you very much. Sure, you can hear me clearly right now. It's not breaking again, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. So, the average northerner, as I was saying, has a way of standing with truth. Like when they say something is the truth, you've checked it character-wise, your values, religiously, it's not going out of place. And when they stand with it, they are die hard with it. So, and if you when they stand with you, they stand with you. Now, an average northerner is not somebody. There's what Hausa people call dogomburi. Like they are not looking out to go beyond what, like they're contented with what God has blessed them with. All they're asking you for is just give us those basics that that will make our life easier. They're not looking for the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, and all those things. They just want something that will make their life comfortable. So imagine someone who has nothing to do, no position to hold in the north. He's not a senator, he's not an House of Rep member, he's not any of these positions that are in the north that have to, like they have their sole task is to ensure that they do things for their community to make life easy for them. This same man happened to be the same person that they sold to them as someone who is a terrible person. So all I'm asking us to do now is, there is a tsunami going on in the north. I don't want to say more than that. And I can tell you that something is cooking, like seriously cooking. I only indulge us. I crave our indulgence as obedience, please. Just like Saddam said, don't be quick to say, oh, where were you? Because I can guarantee you, I saw a post. I think I saw a post on somebody's timeline, in Northern timeline, who was praising the work of Peter Obi. And I think somewhere along the line, this person fell off and said maybe and stopped supporting Peter Obi along the line. And for some reason, the person is now talking good about what Peter Obi is doing in the north. And I can tell you, I can't count how many obedience I saw on that comment section saying, but you did this, but you did. Please, I don't think this is the time. Yeah, I know it hurts, but please, let's focus on the good part, on the good side. Let's consolidate on the bridge that our principal is building, because there is a lot to come out from that. And at the end, it will be to our own benefit. The fact still remains, we are not selling something that is wrong to these people. As long as the North knows that this thing, anything religiously or character-wise of value, they will stick with you. All they ask you is do the basics for them. Just make life easy for them. Give them that thing, those things that are their rights as citizens to enjoy. They're not asking you to come and give them basmati rice or anything. They are not, just give them something that will make their life easy and will subsequently propagate whatever business that they're doing. So please, let's tone down on our attacks when we see those kind. Oh, and where were you doing? Oh, you're just waking up. Don't worry, no, let the suffering see for sarcasm. I see a lot of those sarcasm, and I can tell you that this is not the time. When I saw what I saw, I can tell you categorically that I know what I have done with the handfuls that I've seen. I can tell you positive move this has yielded. So please, let's harness and further see how we can build this bridge with these people, so that we let them understand that it's not like there is something hidden. It's just that this person is ready to allow Nigeria to make Nigeria work for you, the poor. It's possible for the person is telling you, come, I can make Nigeria work for the rich and work for the poor too. The country doesn't have to only work for only the rich as usual. We can make the country work for the poor people too. So please, obedience, let's use our swords. Let's draw these people close. Let's try to get to know them. Let's help them see the light more. Because I was shocked when I saw the number of people that were supporting the PO's projects on time, on the comment section. See, they were so heartwarming that I couldn't help it. But do the needful. I won't say what I'm doing, but something is cooking. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Aryawachi. Thank you. I totally agree with you. I mean, nobody says you should hug and kiss and but at the very least, if you don't, like, you can't say anything. I mean, it's okay to just be quiet. Like, if you don't have, if the only thing you really want to do is laugh or be sarcastic at such maybe tweets or something, just keep quiet.
Let me help and explain these things to our people here and to understand. See, we should understand that there's a deep-seated animosity in Nigeria that has come from our wicked past. Nobody's going to come and act and play God or play saint or play like we don't know that we have a very horrible past. Things have happened, lives have been lost, people have died. So that animosity has been passed on from generation to generation. And even you wake up right now, especially if you go, I say you wake up right now, you see some people, you wonder why a kid that has no hate in them all of a sudden begin to hate someone. It's because of all this animosity. And when we are dealing with such instances, we should understand that it comes from the fact that we can't trust ourselves. There's no trust. So for you to build this trust, it's not, you don't force it on people. You don't try to push it on people. You should be able to understand that they will take their own time because they're not zombies. And they will read through everything that's happening right now. It's a process. This is a process you should understand. Please. So don't look at it like, oh, but we have tried our best to make them see that P2B is a good person. Don't fail that to understand that these people, many of them have been indoctrinated and enshrined right from childhood to not to do anything with an Igbo man first. Then you now come to a system whereby P2B is fighting the establishment that controls all the mainstream media, all the radios, the TVs, and all what they have been putting in their head is he wants to bring Biafra, he wants to do this, he wants to do his IPOB, he's this, he's that. He pursued Muslim people when he was a governor. He gave Muslim people ID card. He demolished mosques. He did this, and you don't have. They're not on Twitter. All they're listening to is through their radios. P2B has no means of defending himself. How do you expect such people to come out and vote P2B? Let's tell ourselves this truth. So Peter is telling himself now to the North, this is who I am. I am not what you heard on your radio. I am not what they told you in the mocks. I'm not what they told you in the Manalisa. This is me. And they're seeing it for themselves that, these people, they lied on top of this man name, and they're coming to that terms. As human beings, what do? We open up our hands and embrace them. Please, it's important. So we don't, this work Peter be doing, he should not be doing 100, we will be doing 1,000 online. Because another thing we don't understand is that they're not on Twitter like we are. Or even if they're on Twitter, they're silent. But this your tweet, you will tweet now, or you say now, they'll be screenshotting it and be sending it to them. And they'll be saying, oh, so please, very, very
But
important to
now,
understand this thing.
you see this thing you just
Go
said
on,
now.
please,
You
bro.
know, I say it every time. Like, I have a lot of, like, my colleagues are predominantly Northerners. During before election, before I, travel, before election, every day, there was one of my colleagues, every day, I needed to reconfigure this guy on Peter Obi did not drive Northerners out of this thing. He did not see the Shukari ID card. The next day, Magana, is it not this Peter Obi? I was like, no. And it was like literally every day. It was, I won't lie, I became pretty much tired. So it's what you just said now is very important. And this thing about screenshots, I also belong to a group of colleagues. So I see when they bring screenshots sometimes. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about enlightened people. These are people that haven't schooled abroad. But I'm talking about schooled in the UK. It's not even, so it's not, I don't think it's somebody that grew up in the village. These are the enlightened ones. So, like I said earlier, we have like different temperament, and it's high time we know that and see where we can meet each other halfway. It's very important. Dr. Olu, please go ahead. I know you just see healthcare, you just start healthcare. Go ahead.
Well, actually, you are very right. Anyway, I think that is the main reason why I want to talk about, because I have passed the level of talking about the competence of my own principal. So to me, it's just a collaborated effort. That's why I hardly talk about it for a long time. But what I just want to say here is just to sorry, the incident that happened in concerning the person that passed away, and in the last couple of days has really given me a lot of deep reflection. Although it's something that we are known, like it has become a normal thing. But the challenges is that how low can we go? And it's just probably to, it's my contribution today is just to give an enlightenment to people and to let you know that as we always say, all of us, especially people that are in Nigeria, we are just 5 minutes away from the other side. And I've always been an advocate of the fact that anything that is beyond malaria and typhoid fever it's almost like you are gone. So in reality is that there are some specific, I'm not saying people should befriend people like me, but it is important for you, if you are still in the country, to have people that have a very sound knowledge about health system as friend. The same way you are eager to befriend a lawyer, police officers, even a pastors, your daddy GOs. It is also going to benefit you more if you have people that are medically knowledgeable to help you when to make certain decisions. Because the reality is, majority of diseases or majority of complications that is being presenting or happening in Nigeria are something that is easily avoidable if you get adequate information on time. And that is the reality. When people talk about, I've been in the UK for a couple of years now. When people talk about the UK system, oh, you go to emergency departments, you wait for hours, you wait for 6 hours in the hospital, 4 hours before you see doctors. The truth, the reality is, number one, apart from maybe paracetamol and ibuprofen as one or two eye drops, 90% of medication have to be prescribed by medical doctors. So which means that it is not easy for you to just go to pharmacy and get medication. So people are forced to come to the hospital if they don't have GP appointment. And by so doing, crowded the system. And most, or at least an emergency department, majority of the treatment are free, especially in the investigations. Then there is no way you are not going to wait. But the point here is, it is unlikely for a doctor to see you in HD without being able to do a basic investigation for you, and it is likely for them to pick any problem. So it is easy for them to tame anything that can actually cause an harm. Maybe you're a 50-year-old man come to chest with chest pain. There's no way a doctor will not do an ECG. So which means it's easy for him to at least pick whether you have an underlying heart pathology, which we in Nigeria don't have access to. But the reality is, if what happened to this guy happened in this particular developed country, number one, there's what we call rapid response. Bolande has been saying it. I have experienced, in fact, last week or this week, is one of my people one of the patients I saw, and I have to just curiously ask the man that, the husband, that how, when you call the ambulance, how many minutes the ambulance responded? Because I know that when they call ambulance coming, because to me, I was surprised. He said within 5 minutes. I cannot just say for 2 minutes because I was wondering how is it that those ambulance people were beside you? But that is the reality here. So which means we don't have those access in Nigeria. So for you as a person, for you to at least follow your head, you have to be curious about whatever you are doing and whatever you are feeling, and seek advice as soon as possible. Don't assume that, I know many people, I believe in God, but the reality is God creates some people to help people. So you have to know when to seek advice. You can't just wake up one day and discover that you are having back pain or from nowhere, and one of your your two legs is becoming weaker, and you assume that maybe it's stress. My brother, is not stress. Let a doctor confirm to you that it's stress, and you can go and sleep. But the funniest thing is, the good brains are even living in Nigeria, which means, I don't know, it's just likely going to be a vicious cycle, because to come to this part of the world, you have to write exams, and passing an exam requires you to be very sound. And unfortunately, people that are much more sound are the ones that are actually passing. But no matter how it is, I just want to encourage us on this space is that if the more you believe you have a daddy GO as your pastor, it is important to have a family doctor or a doctor as a friend, so that when you experience anything that looks strange, it's not about, everything is not malaria, everything is not fever. There is one thing and everything is not muscle pain. Once you experience something that you feel is not just normal, if at least, because I know consultation is very, I know people don't have financial capability to go to the hospital, but if you have someone that is your friend, call my guy, how far? If you like say, I just feel like one of my eyes is becoming, I can't see clearly, one of the eyes is becoming blurry. Fine, the doctor may be forced to ask you to do some investigations, but at least you need to seek an opinion. Because that is one of the reasons why people in this developed world live longer. Because it's easy for doctors to pick most of those things. And another thing is, just to let us know that we actually live in a jungle. I think there is a popular tweet that Dr. Fumilayo was tweeting. A lady that a car fell on top, or a trailer fell on his car, on her car, was waiting for crane to come and carry, and for hours, almost 4 or 5 hours, nobody came to her rescue. At the end of the day, the person passed away. That is the kind of country we are living. That cannot happen in any developed. Even I don't expect that thing to happen in Ghana. So it is very sad. CPR is very easy to learn. If you watch, those are the simple, basic things that everybody needs to know. You need to have, because it's not about whether you have I'm not praying that you should need it. I have witnessed several CPR that has become successful. Several. In fact, there is one that personally in my hospital, I felt in my mind when they were doing the CPR, I started. I don't need to say that I left, but I was like, no, there is no way. But lo and behold, this person make it. So it is one of the simplest things we are doing. When they brought the guy from the river, in as much as it has not been confirmed medically dead, the simple thing they should do is to be doing a CPR. But what are they doing? They were shouting, they were praying, they were shouting. Hey, that is the typical African system. And that thing can happen to anybody. I'm very sure the guy is not a poor guy. He's very wealthy. But the question is, look at the kind of life, look at how things happen, including popular people like Muhammad. So my own advice is that apart from you having somebody that is knowledgeable as friend that can give you an advice, especially medical advice, very sound friend, it is also important for you to learn some of those basic skills. How to prevent somebody from choking. You have seen a lot of people, I've watched a lot of people be hitting in a restaurant and somebody will choke. I've seen it in Nigeria where the patient presented BID that is brought in dead. Just because they were hitting dinner and my father choked before they come, nobody knows how to do all those procedures. It's a very, very simple, available procedure. You don't need to be a doctor before you can do that. Then CPR is very important. I can't be telling you how to do CPR. Simple Google video, YouTube will actually put you through. These are the simple because now heaven help those who help themselves. Nigeria is not going to help you. Nigeria is not going to teach you all these things. We don't have all these facilities. Most people get employed even in teaching hospital. They don't even have what we call BLS. BLS is basic life support. Ideally, for any health professionals to get job in all these kind of situations, supposed to have this as much as this BLS, but we don't even do it. Not to talk of a layman. So my own advice for you or for us on this space, as obedient, is that one, anywhere you find yourself, if you have been to the hospital, if you have anybody that is a health professional, it's not necessary to be a doctor, but at least if you have a doctor as a friend, which unfortunately the ratio is now becoming 1 to 10,000 now, try as much as possible to have them. If you experience anything that looks strange to you, for example, you notice that when you look at light and you cannot look directly to light, and you're having a headache with it may not be ordinary migraine, and you're probably experiencing rashes. Can be a simple meningitis that is coming that probably you need to see your doctor as soon as possible. These are the ways, because as bad as Nigeria is, if you present very, very,
Yeah.
very early, there are still some of our zone that can still work. Secondly, is that learn all those simple skills. It is going to help you a
All
lot.
right.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much, Dr. Olu. You don't turn the space to medical outreach. Ah, Dr. Olu. I mean, what all you said is very, very important. Like two things Dr. Olu said that I think you should really take really important is learn some of these skills on your own. A lot of them can learn it on YouTube, really. Then also try to get a medical doctor or someone that is in the medical line as a friend or someone you are close to. It's very important. Thank you, Dr. Olu. That one is free consultancy that you just did. Ari, are you Ari Maguire? Ari.
Now you don't let me forget everything I want to talk, man.
Go ahead. After
Good
Ari, I'll
evening,
come to Dr.
everybody.
Roya.
Good evening, everybody. I don't even know where I want to start from because this Peter Obi water project, I think we have crossed that. Nobody get anything they want to talk again. If you know, say the water or the borehole don't reach your standard, Zaria no far. Go there, go destroy, and make you build your standard. We go clap for you too. Me self, I go personally post you, carry you for my head like gala. That no be problem. And then moving on, talking about healthcare. Most times I know they like talk about healthcare because many people who know me knows it's a very personal issue to me because I lost my mom due to personal healthcare, poor healthcare in Nigeria, and they always get emotional when I dey talk about them. So I could just keep that part. Then the last part, the one where we see, I don't know, Shao, but like I will always say, 100 years fuck up, not this hour. You know, it will only take time. Even your fuck up will catch up with you, and when it catch up with you, you yourself go dey ask yourself, say, "Wetin I do?" Because now that one be the first question. Every criminal where they catch, they ask, "Oga, wetin I do?" You go forget wetin you do. But then let Nigerians get wiser because many people they feel say it is just cloud chasing is free, but I want to let people know that cloud chasing get price, and if you want to chase cloud, you should be ready to pay the price, and make sure say your account they worthy to pay the price, because we all know say for Nigeria right now, na money na im be fine bobo. I be how do Davido talk am? You know, if you get money, now you go get mouth. If you no get money, you no get mouth. And you get money, now money they bring connection. And when money bring connection, you go fit push anything when you want push. We all know how the person where they also rock to get the position where in day today. So we all know how these things they work. May nobody they pretend anymore. And I go use that one to say hook up. I know see Saddam go on the vex on me one kind, but I know see he go always find a place in his heart to forgive me because I don't name the times so I don't offend them, but he they always forgive me. That one I normal because now my bro. uh But this bridge building stuff, it did one kind to me, sha, because as I did now, at the same Nigeria they bomb me put, and nobody can carry me go download sense put for my head. The small sense where I get though, because I don't want talk, say I don't feel like say I get too much sense. The small sense where I get for my head to still observe the situation where Nigeria dey, nobody carry me go download them for my head. So I no feel say personally, oh, this one a personally, I no feel say I suppose the pamper or the if I use this word now, Saddam go know say na him I dey talk to. But no be you I dey talk to, bro. I just dey talk in general. I no feel say I suppose come dey pamper anybody to come dey tell anybody say omo see the way or see where we suppose lie down carry head go for our country to take better. Omo, this is 2024. We no dey 1994 again. We no even dey 2004. We no need to dey pray or dey beg anybody. But I understand when you say you want to shake hands. Anybody wey wan shake hands, when I don already know the wing wey me I dey play. Defenders dey play their wing. Midfielders na them dey shake hands. Then attackers dey attack. So anywhere where you want put me, you put me. But me myself, I know where I dey. Coming back to this guy issue, I no wan make am today important because for me, na matter we know today important because if you can't give am too much importance, you go be like say you dey make the person dey feel important when you know even the important because the whole essence of this matter, not because say anybody gets anything to gain from nobody really like wahala, But when you come and you say you get level, some people go like blow breeze, make them know how your leg they stand, you know. So the breeze don't already start to the blow, and it will continue to the blow. So I will advise everybody to know how to say the march line because even you as an obedient, if you march line anyhow, it's either I join drag you or I come up body and supply information make they wound you. That one I be for the new Nigeria way me I want. I don't want maybe see anybody they special, anybody get special pass. All those kind of things, supposed to function. And if you say new Nigeria no still dey work for you, join us together and say, okay, me, I won't cut my side, come up for the Nigeria, make me self day, make me they do my things by myself. I just dey talk personally. I know they talk to anybody, I know they tell anybody anything, but I don't want me anybody come to tell me say I don't get emotional intelligence because me will be say my mama don't die based on say Nigeria no get level or based on say Nigeria no they do well. You want to tell me say I no get emotional intelligence. It be like say man, you want to trample on many things where be say I don't go through. And I know you like all those kind of talk. But may not be like say they provoke too much. But just put them in a subtle way. I beg, more they avoid all those emotional things. When you come online, you say politics is a game or politics is not about emotions. Bro, politics is about emotions. Because when your mama don't die or your papa don't die because of bad government, you go know say na about emotions. I mean, when your mama die, no be cry, you cry. Cry no be about emotions. Like I said before, me no be like I said they provoke too much, but make everybody pack well. If you know say you get advice, just advise your circle. No come online because they try to castigate people. Maybe say they try package their own circle the way they say the everybody get the way they say their handle. Everybody now professional, everybody now Superman for your own way. So I beg, make everybody package their own advice the way they say one time for their own circle. No come they try to tell anybody, say anybody no get emotional intelligence. Please, it try it like they raise some kind sentiments for my body personally. So I believe say I will drop the mic for there. I may not be like say I can't dey talk too much. But back to the main issue of Mr. Wahala, Mr. Trouble. there will be more troubles coming up. Oh. Obedience man already, oh, dust down the raise, oh, so me everybody man's guard. That is all I have to say.
Officially, don't set. Yeah, thank you very much, Harry. But based on say you did my own circle, I go advise you now. Say, make you disease from violence. Disease.
Make you get emotional intelligence. Make you get emotional intelligence. Harry,
Not be,
get emotional intelligence.
not be say I not get emotional. If to say I not get emotional intelligence, I foresee the mom my mom till today. Now that emotional intelligence that made me put my mom matter for the background. Say man, now better Nigeria and I be the way forward so that everybody go enjoy.
Harry, Male is in a better place. She's in a better place. She rest. Do they bring her inside this matter? She don't go rest. Leave her out. Leave her out. We are speaking man to man now. Please, more they get emotional intelligence. It's important. We don't have to do our own for behind the scene. Please get emotional intelligence. It's important.
I don't know if you go
Now because say that you talk of shout.
If you see when we're having a fight, you go run. All right, my brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It's very important. You see where I come from. We all have our stories, right? We all have how Nigerians happen to each and every one of us. So most times, I speak from the angle of someone that have I would say have traversed Nigeria. I've lived with Nigerians, so I understand the struggle of a man from the south. At the same time, I understand the struggle of the man from the north, and we are two different. We are two different set of people. If you don't know these things, you go think say. See, let me give you an instance, right? All my life, I never had gunshot till I was like 17 when I came to the east. I know ever hear say gun. They say I hear pa and knock out. There are some realities that in the same Nigeria. Some people in Nigeria have never seen police checkpoint in this same Nigeria. But there are people that they wake up every day to checkpoints. So our reality are very different. If you open your mind and if you've traveled wide and far in Nigeria, you understand how diverse and how wicked the system is. So the reality of the man in the north is not your reality. When I went to school in the southeast, where I take bike that I will take bike back in the north for 50 naira. It cost me like 500 naira. Same bike, same distance. So my papa go give me pocket money with the mentality of a north side. The north, I go dey mad for him when I come because under 1 week the money don't finish. They calculate with northern brain. So if you don't understand these realities, you will think that we're just one different rules, different set. S6 made a submission on this platform, and it was serious problem. Our early violence space. He said, our northern brothers, beware of these Tinubu people are backing or following, because he's a tax collector. If you're driving your car in the south, you can drive your car in the south, in the north. I'm telling you can drive car for 20 years in the north. Police will not stop you once. Nobody will ask you for your documents or particulars once. All those checks and balances are not there. Can you do it in the south? No. So if you're a driver in the south, you're always making sure that your papers, your documents, everything is complete, because one move, even if it's all a complete document, they go still want to chop your money. So our reality, for me, I see that we have different realities, and if you don't understand these people's reality and your reality, you think that everybody should be. You get internet. I think we use the mouth to come out on social media, turn out say all these voters, majority of voters, they don't get tweet, they know this social media. You think saying they play? As you're informed, we they informed, they tweet around, they do space. With them, they did their own this thing for Majalisa. They do their own cultural space. So, my brother, when we say that emotional intelligence, not as if to downplay like we do not have emotional, we do not reason as human beings our emotions, but understand the dynamics of who we are as a people, and that our upbringing differs, our culture differs. Nigeria does not treat us equally. That's where I'm coming from with this whole stuff. So, my brother, I beg, hope you understand that. But I beg, your hand don't come up again. So I know probably want to respond. One minute, Nigeria, I don't know how we run this stuff. Now, just Let's run it up. We'll still come back to Harry again. But Jimmy is up. Jimmy, please come in.
I just want to read something to you guys to understand what the madness going on. Says hardship faced by Nigerians is trial from Allah. Those who endure will receive mercy. Muri. Ọlọ́run ló máa bá ti ń jẹ́ ẹ̀ ní kú lélẹ̀ ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ̀yìn lórí burúkú. Hardship brought from Allah. Are you listening to the madness? Hardship brought by Allah, and those who endure will have mercy. This is the nonsense they will be preaching to people in mosque. Say now Allah they do show them this thing, no, say because they don't sin too much. They don't sin too much. So now Allah they vex, so they should keep praying for forgiveness. This is the mentality they will be selling to some people. And guess what? People are buying it. Illiterates are buying it. People that have never been to school before, they go go do ablution, say, may Allah forgive them. This is the mentality they are portraying for people to Jesus Christ. 2024. 2024. So as Peter Obi, they do borehole all around. As in they go up and down, they use their own personal money, they do borehole for people. Government no reason say they're supposed to do that kind of thing for people. Government no reason them at all. So as Allah they punish them, Allah don't punish the people with the government. Allah don't punish Tinubu, you don't punish all these senators, you don't punish the House of Rep members. You don't punish none of those people. See, to know what is exactly going on in that country, the very day you see any politician in church rolling on the ground, begging for God to bless him, or their children rolling on the ground, then you know the problem of Nigeria is prayer. As long as you will never see them in church, night vigil, rolling on the ground, burning candles, holding candles, put it on their head, where the candle go melt for their head, you go they see everything. As long as you can never see that in Nigeria, fooling yourself, you're on your own. This is what will be going on till everybody just die one by one. Allah is angry with them. Those who endure, those are the ones that will face mercy of Allah. Back to you, Saddam.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jimmy. I think we've made some very salient points, and I think I said, after this person made a submission, that what we are saying. So we are not saying all of a sudden start to everybody kiss and make every small start to kiss people's. So we are not saying that should be the case, but it's more like just to increase our tolerance level. That's pretty much it. So I don't know you want to sit up like say you are not tired.
My hand not the pay me. I don't rest.
All right, thank you very much, Harry. All right, let's quickly go to Dr. Royal. After Dr. Royal, I'll come to Oxley.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Well done, Saddam. Well done, Wemini. Well done, Jimmy, Harry, Bolanle. Wow, the topic is actually loaded today. There are many topics, very diverse topic. It will be weather project, healthcare, of course, the Reno people and their issues. Okay, so I want to just make a few comments before I go into what I want to talk about. I wanted to correct something that Dr. Olu said earlier. I don't need to be doctor, so he made a comment. I can't see him shower, but he said most Nigerians that leave the country are the very smart ones that could pass exams. Just for the record, so I don't need to just make that clear, make that straight, and that is not a very correct statements for the benefit of those who are doctors in the house or those who know doctors or who don't even have a clue what he's talking about. Let me
Yeah,
just
but what he said was most, like not generally. I don't think he meant like all the
No,
doctors.
no, what? No, me and him were together. Everything he said, I aligned very well with him. Just I wanted to just make that comment. He said most people are leaving the country. The ones that can pass exam, the smart ones. Most of the ones that are going out are the smart ones. No, that's not the case. Most of the people that are in Nigeria right now are those who have a heart for the nation. They don't want to travel. They want to stay here and give back to society. They want to be here to help out the nation. Many doctors that they're not in the low class in quote please before they go misquote me, and they're fairly okay when it comes to pay, salary, and stuff like that. So they can actually afford to leave the country. Nothing stops them from going. But most doctors that are around in Nigeria are those who don't really think they should go, they should stay back and give back. The doctors who are lecturers in medical schools, the doctors who are lecturers, in even the nursing schools and all around, and they want to train more doctors, they want to bring more people up, and they also want to give back and treat people. If all doctors who have the means leave, there will be practically no doctors. It will be a joke compared to what we're seeing now. As in, what's now be a joke. So just to make that straight, and that's not a very correct statement. Is those who actually don't have the patience to stay, want a better life and actually go out, or want to, improve themselves in that direction. So just to clarify that, someone I just know vex. I just need to make that clear. Okay, so when everybody's quiet, Abby, I made
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I wanted to just say that you don't use your submission to correct Dr. Olu finish. Try have 1 minute.
No wahala, not a problem. What I want to say is that Peter Obi has changed the narrative and he has taught us what a new nation can actually become. I'm so very, very touched by the project he's doing because most of the presidential candidates they don't waka. The ones who don't travel go America, go meet their family. The ones that have decided to Dubai and come in and out. The ones who are just not even like invisible. But he has remained, no, I don't. What he's doing is not just basically for 2027 or a campaign, but it's a man that has heart for the people. If you notice, he's been doing it over time, and like what Bolanle is talking about, for us to give and add, to what he's doing, contribute is a very, very strong point. And like we did during the elections, where we're doing projects here and there, doing the campaign, we can actually go back to doing that because that's what New Nigeria is really all about. And forget all the distractors on the timeline. They just say, according to who played that video, who played that song now, Jimmy now, when we play that jealousy. So they are jealous and they don't know how else to react but to castigate what he's doing. Okay. And just a little talk about the health sector before the knock and go for my head, so my time don't take over. It's really, really very sad that we have where we are. When I saw the deaths on the timeline today, the other guy that drowned, in short, if you look at mobile, all the many, many, many issues, our healthcare is really, really very, very, very terrible. And why it's also more painful is because we have the means 100% to improve healthcare in Nigeria, just like in every other sector. And I'm hoping and wishing and believing that even after all these water projects, we can do healthcare. Because I'm very much aware that our dear darling Alex Oti has had to pay doctors more. So the Jackpot phenomenon will reduce so they can have more people to be in Nigeria to treat people. Because the other day I'm looking for an endocrinologist to see one of my patients that had a thyroid mass. Okay, what do we do about it? Man, we no see endocrinologists anyway. It's a specialist that specializes in hormones, thyroid hormone, blah blah blah. We couldn't find. When I was looking for a hematologist that day, blood doctor, he had to travel how many kilometers to come over to where they had to see the patient. So it's a big matter. So if you are even in Nigeria, try and stay healthy, eat healthy, stay healthy, don't get accident, don't drive speed. Try and stay healthy, try and do what you can because the healthcare is really, really bad. Now, one of our big organs, consultant, a medical doctor, a gynecologist, had a son who had an accident and they needed to treat him, but they needed to do a CT scan to look at his brain, the extent of damage. They had to carry him kilometers to go and do CT. And that's in the man, the guy died on the road. He didn't make it over to the place for the CT. And CT making just a little over to 200 million that any government can provide in all the hospitals. So if anybody that is interested in healthcare should please invest in healthcare because Nigerians are dying every day. Hospitals are very, very underdeveloped. And so that's for that. Let me just drop it there. Finally, this thing about people misbehaving on the timeline, I think people are beginning to get more scared. They are beginning to get more cautious because they say if you misbehave, if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So me, that's why I like Harry. Harry doesn't take nonsense. Please leave Harry about the emotional intelligence thing. Harry is my guy. The one he terrorizes when they go hide enter corner, and what is happening is sanitizing the TL, sanitizing the timeline, making making people be responsible for what they are doing. Sarah Ibrahim and all the work. Somebody made a comment and said Sarah get more mad than Sarah. Serap is always threatening to go to court. Every day, court. Serap never goes to court. Since Sarah has more mouth than Serap. Now what? So I mean, I think that's the way to go. And all the tears on the timeline about APC waiting, their head go correct. They will all reorganize them. So let them now they're all shouting all over the place. Oh, the senior progressive and whatever nonsense. They're coming to they've come to talk to IGP, blah blah blah. Let them knock themselves out and even bring out the guy. It's good. So what happened is really cool. And let's keep up the pressure. Press the neck more. They will change. They will
Yeah.
change or they will change. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maria. You don't give us new one. Sarah. I thought I saw Sarah here just now. Your name don't Sarah from today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Maria. That's a very good submission. All right, quickly, I'm gonna go straight to
Yes, I'm here.
Oxley. Yeah, after Oxley, please let's try to do. I mean, we are kind of like out of the time already, but we just try to take as much people as we can so we can end round up. Let's try to do 3 minutes. Oxley, please go ahead. After Oxley, I'll come to. I'll take a lady girl, so I'll take Rita.
Okay, thank you everyone for this opportunity. Emia Sudan, well-meaning, Mama Bolanle, Jimmy, I hear you. Thank you for this opportunity. This is my first time of speaking on Violent Space. I've been an added listener. I mean, yes, thank you. So, before I go straight into the issues, I would say that in this obedient movement, everybody have their own ministry. I don't like to criticize people for their own approach to things. Jimmy has his own ways. Harry has his own ways. I mean, Harry is, is one of the guy I admire most in, some of the things that he does. So everybody plays their own part, their own little part in the way they want to do it, in the approach they want to take, you know, um, not taking prisoners, doing it their own way. So um, that all plays into the bigger strategy, everybody doing the things that they need to do. So I'm not gonna sit down and criticize anybody. So it's part of the game. So Harry, I say I hear you, Jimmy, I hear you guys. Now coming back to the issue at hand, well, I don't know why people are, drinking Panadol or P2B's headache. I mean, P2B brought out his money to do projects. He decided the project that he wants to do, that he wants to face war, you know, in the north. So how is it my business? I mean, it's his money. I mean, it's his finance. Nobody gave him that money, so he has the right to do it the way he wants. And for all I care, the people in the north, you go out there to go and fetch water in one of those boreholes. Do you really care the design of the GP tank, or that there is there is an what's it called? This GP tank they hang up with I don't know, all those maybe whether they hang it up maybe 100 feet above the ground or the thing is below, wherever that it is. Your interest is to go to the tap, fetch water, bath your children, bath and even drink the water, use it to cook, do what you need to do with the water, and move on. So I don't know where when they started when it became necessary to begin to you know make water fancy. I don't know. I mean, we Nigerians, we are just very special people. I won't lie. Probably the APC and the Renu guys think it's an opportunity to banter or maybe make mockery of PO and all the things that he's doing. I mean, we are really very special people. I won't lie. So, but for me, everybody is in this movement. Don't have a headache over those. Don't lose sleep over those. What is important is that water is being given to people that need it. people that go to the stream to fetch, clay water mixed with clay that we've seen. I mean, once that water is being given, I mean, why we shouldn't have headache over necessary issues. For me, since I started seeing those tweets, I don't engage it. I no longer engage it because it's a waste of my precious time. So that's by the way. The APC guy that is facing some issue, let's not give oxygen to that. It's not necessary. I mean, whatever he has done, he has the platform to go explain himself. So it shouldn't be an issue. So I just want to use this opportunity to, encourage us. Let's keep hope alive. Everything is going to be fine in Nigeria. The healthcare system. Everybody should be careful. Look after yourself. The doctors in the house have said it all. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you for this opportunity to speak here. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much, Oxley Technologies. Thank you very much for that submission. And it's great. It's great to hear you speak on the space today. All right. Quickly, I'll just go straight to Rita. After Rita, I'll come to Call Me Legs. Okay, Ari, I think Ari's hand is up. After Rita, I'll see. We'll just quickly take Ari. Maybe he wants to quickly say something, then we'll go to Call Me Legs.
Well, meaning, thank you very much. Greetings to you. Emia Saddam, greetings. Jamie, Mambolanle, Lady Pearls, Mommy Anka, Day. I bring you greetings. Everyone listening here on X, YouTube, wherever you're listening from, I bring you greetings. Thank you very much. On the APC poor healthcare, I want to start by saying RIP to uh, great brother, Junior Pope. I request the mic strictly because I really want to talk to that tweet who was dragging PO saying that he did not use life jackets and he's a bad example because Junior Pope too did not use life jackets and that's the reason or maybe that's the reason why he died or whatever. Oh, you tweet. Nigeria right now is in need of good leadership. And we have found a man with empathy, love, a man who's ready to come down to the level of every one of us to help us. Oh my God, network, you will not do this right now. Am I still being heard, please? Oh,
How many
Jesus.
should you hear that?
Can I just drop and come back? The thing is,
Can you hear me?
can I can hear you, but can I just drop and come back, please? It's gonna knock me up any moment, off any moment.
But
Please.
I can hear you.
Oh, really? Okay, fine then. Now, whatever you feed your people with, if you feed them with lies, they will spread that lies. And that's not what this man represents.
Okay, Prophet Rita, you were right. It has really knocked you off. Yeah, maybe probably come back. All right, let me just what Ari Alpha. Ari, are you there?
I don't know, see my hand there up. Oh, sorry, no
Okay,
vex.
no, I surround you now. It's okay. All right, call me Lexi. Go ahead. After call me Lexi, I'll come to Eze Chikwelu. Oga told me I see you. We'll come to you.
Yeah. Good evening, my fellow obedient family. Good evening, violencers. Good evening, all well-meaning Nigerian on this space. It's always a pleasure for me to speak on a larger space like this. Thank you, Saddam. Thank you, well-meaning. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy. Thank you, everybody on this space. I thank you, everybody. You see, one thing is, for as long as you're in Nigeria has happened to each and every one of us, especially those of us that are born in the 90s down here. Let us talk about the older generations. That is why some of us that have sense that have passed through it, all we want is a better Nigeria. I can give you two instances how Nigeria has happened to me directly. My mom is from Kogi State, the Kaba side, the Yoruba side. The firstborn of my mother's family is a lawyer. He was the one who is ready to train me through school. He was a lawyer. He was handling a case of a politician. He's already winning the case. They murdered him. They called him in the midnight. He went, only for him not to return. The case till now is still in court. From that moment, my life has been shattered, struggling myself to go to school. My grandmother, it was just ordinary a nail that she stepped on, and that nail took her life. She went to hospital, they said it's tetanus. That was the first time I see my mom cry like a baby. But here we are today. Do they need to tell somebody like me before I supported a man like Peter Obi? Somebody that keep preaching every day and night. I want to see a country where a son of nobody will become somebody. Do they need to tell somebody like me that? Now see what happened to this useless one of Onu. My mom will say, "Ọmọ tí kò níyà kò kí ń dégbò ẹ̀yìn." If you don't have a mother, don't go and have a wound at your back where your hand will not reach. Nobody will come through for you. Nobody will save you. Wọn kì í ní kọ́mọdé má dẹ́tẹ̀ tó bá ti lè dá igbó gbé. When you have nobody to call on, don't even try to go and commit anything that will put you out there into problem. But I am enjoying this. Obedient. I always say one thing. We are not political party. Let's get that fact today. We are community. We share love. If anybody will call anybody to order today, it is we Obedient. See why they are supporting themselves as APC and Progressive. Just because they want to bully. They want to do anything and go with it. But here we are as Obedient. We correct ourselves in love. But when you move mad, we move mad with you. We don't care about your age. We don't care about your status. For how long are we going to continue like this? Me, I enjoy this right now. The only thing I want to tell we Obedient is let's hold ourselves together. You see, we can see now, Showere has joined those that have. Showere has joined the likes of Reno and Boala now. We can see them. Me, I will beg you, Obedient. Don't let us even argue with them. Whenever they drop their tweet, just go on there and say, "Thank you, Peter Obi, for making this one unfortunate and useless father in life." Before you know it, it is either they block you. With time, they will reduce against Peter Obi. We have a long way to go. I want to appreciate everyone who is doing this movement sincerely. Please, let's hold ourselves together. I know we are going to get there. I love you. Respect to everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, Call me Lexi. Totally agree with you. Obedient, we should stick with each other. But very importantly, there's a post that Omega has placed on the Jumbotron. Very important. We've emphasized it. I think we've emphasized it so many times, but again, it's never too much. Let's avoid anything. I mean, banter, they get banter, but don't outrightly go and defame someone. Don't forge anything. There are enough facts to use against these people. Enough facts. So it's important to keep stating it. And I'm stating it for APC people. For those of you that think, if you want to help him, it's fine. But help him by telling him, what you did was wrong. If you want to apologize, go and apologize. Whether or not the people we apologize to we accept, I don't know. But just go and apologize. Your helping him is not by saying, don't worry, we have the ruling party. Do something. You are making a mess and a fool of yourself. to be honest. So what he did is wrong. I keep echoing that because I want it to be at the back of our mind. Because even obedient, you might even begin to think this is just banter, so it might just only excite you and say, "Wow, this house is very." But it's important to keep that at the back of your mind. He forged. He outrightly defamed or attempted to defame, not even attempt self. He forged the document. So if you want to help him with a good lawyer that can plead his case, reduce his sentence, all those kind of things, or that can advise him to apologize. It's not by looking for who will overpower and break law for him. You yourself, you know where. So I was supposed to come to the Chikwelu, but Rita is back. So Rita, just quickly round up your submission, 2 minutes, then we'll go to Izzy Chikwelu.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I was saying, I was talking to that tweet and every other one that have a voice that passes message to people. We must be very careful what we feed our audience with. A thing like this happen, who the person you should be dragging is the executive producer of that movie or the producer who have failed to provide the necessary materials needed for their actors and actresses. I watched the video the guy was doing while on Viva Niger. He said, "This is Viva Niger. This is what we go through just to keep you guys entertained." A whole lot of things are happening in the Nollywood industry that you that have a voice, you need to call them out so that things like these do not repeat themselves. According to a girl that reviewed and made a video that Bishop tweeted, she made a whole lot of revelation which are 99% true. As a matter of fact, I am speaking as an insider. This is a space we don't need to be, expose some of ourselves and some of the things we do. But trust me when I say I'm speaking as an insider, I am speaking as an insider. Some of these producers, they want to cut costs. They want to use very little money to make big movies. And a lot of actors like this have gone in for it. I don't know how many of you listen to TC. TC said he has escaped death countless times. And right now, he said he's no longer an actor, that everybody should keep their script. He could have died if not for God that saved him. So, seriously, please use your voice in the right direction. Pass the right message to the people and let them know what you are saying. Not dragging a man that is trying to help us out. For the Northerners that are having problems with Peter Obi putting his name on the project he's doing out there, yes, I understand. They don't want unborn generations to come and see an Igbo man, whom, and even the generations right now, whom they've told that this man, these people are the reason why you are suffering. These people are the reason why you are like this. They don't want them to come and see the name of an Igbo man giving them water or gave them water when them that call themselves elite could not do it for them. So, like, thank you, Peter Gregory Obi, for everything you are doing. And if you are in Nigeria, have the heart of every good Nigerians at heart, and you want our country to move forward, you have to start using your voice in the right direction because we need this. We need this. No one is coming from anywhere to come and help us. 1 minute, I see your hand. No one is coming from anywhere to come and help us. You see that penny or whatever they are paying you that makes you think you're doing the right thing? It go clear for your eye because that money will not last forever. It is when you get the right thing in place, you can aspire, you can soar higher as as in as high as you want without anyone holding you down. So please,
Yeah.
let's do the right thing so that our country can move forward. Thank you, everyone. I yield.
All right. Thank you very much, Rita. At some point in your submission, I could say, are we talking about Nollywood? Well, I mean, your point makes a lot of sense. I think in Nigeria is, there's a lot of failure in the system generally here and there, but it climaxes at or it climaxed at leadership failure because the truth is, if government knows what they are doing, they enforce what they are supposed to enforce. Nobody would cut costs. Every people want to cut costs everywhere, but it's government bottleneck and enforcement that prevents them. So I'll go straight to the Chikwelu, after which I'll come to Tommy, then Dari.
Thank you. Saddam. I've seen there's so many soldiers on this stage now, so I can't really call everyone by name. So let me stand on the existing protocol. I'm going to tell my story regarding healthcare, my experience outside Nigeria. Then I'll give you a few tips on what I feel is survival instinct in Nigeria. Well, me in Nigeria, please, in case I run out of time, give me some extra 30 seconds. So when I left Nigeria, right, and I felt ill outside Nigeria, I was taken to the hospital by the ambulance. And I got to the hospital, I was given what could pass as 7-star treatment. Massive big room assigned to me. A minimum of 8 doctors saw me. 8 doctors, if not 9, if I remembered clearly, you know. At some point I became scared. I was asking myself in my head, will I be able to pay this bill after all this wahala, right? Then during my stay in the hospital, so many Nigerians came to see me. They were not my friends, but they just heard that there was a Nigerian who was their fellow student in the hospital. And they all came. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ibibio, Efik, to the point that the entire hospital knew that I was there because the receptionist had to learn my last name, my family name by force. Right. To the point my mobile phone died. And they actually announced it on the public address system. If anybody has a charger, they should bring it. There was no charger because the forward. Then the nurse came to me and said, "Do you want us to confirm to raise and buy this for you?" I said, No. Why did I say that? In my head, I was thinking, I was really scared that will I be able to foot this bill? Right? 2 days after, they came in and I said, "I think I feel well now. I want to leave." And the hospital asked me, "Where do you live?" I told them. And the doctor said, "How are you going to go?" I said, "My phone is dead. I couldn't ring my friend that will come and pick me up." And he said, "You know what? We actually like you. Be a cool guy. We are going to pay for a taxi for you." And they rang the taxi. On my way out, I looked around and I saw young children in section playing. I stood and I looked around the hospital. It wasn't rocket science. It wasn't something that we could not do. And I started crying. I am not making this up. This is real life story. I started crying, tears pouring down my eyes. And the taxi driver, as we were walking towards the taxi, he said to me, "Why are you crying? Is everything okay? Did anybody show you racist attitude? We can report you to the police." I said, "No, I was sobbing." Why was I sobbing? This was my experience, right? I said to myself, we can afford this. So I spent 2 days in this hospital. I did not pay nothing. I walked out. They even paid for taxi to take me home, right? It means that the poorest of the poor in this country can actually walk into the hospital, get treated, and walk off without paying a dime. And I know we can afford it in Nigeria. And these are what our politicians enjoy when they leave Nigeria. But people are dying. I started weeping. And the taxi driver kept asking me, "Why are you crying?" I said, "If I explain to you, you cannot understand." He said, "Explain to me." Told him why I was crying. He said, yes, he felt the same way. He became a bit emotional. He said he was from Pakistan, that the same thing happens to them. So if you're listening to my voice, I know obedience are not the only ones here. I know there are people who don't believe in the ideology or this ideology who are here listening. Please understand why we are fighting. Understand why we are battling. We want the poorest of the poor in our midst in Nigeria to walk into the hospital and get treated and walk out. We can afford it in Nigeria. We have, in fact, we can afford it more than ever now. Why did I say that? Few years down the line, I went to hospital again. It was evening shift. Every doctor, nurse, everybody was a Nigerian. In fact, we were speaking Nigerian in that hospital. And my heart started beating again. And I said, God, why is our country like this? So if you're listening to me and you're supporting APC or PDP, please think about, this is not fights. This is not personal fights. This is not for us. We just want to do this for our country because we can do it. It is really heartbreaking that we have this situation where Junior Pope will just die and other people will just die because of basic things. Just rounding off, I'll give my 2 cents on survival in Nigeria. Please, every Nigerian listening to me who is in Nigeria, we are all endangered species. I know somebody branded themselves endangered species today, but the real endangered species are actually Nigerians who are in Nigeria. Because the next second, you could be going back to Baba God for no reason, for avoidable reasons, right? Well, meaning, please, give me 30 more seconds. So, this is my suggestion. Due to what happened yesterday, I've added a few things to my personal task. Please, if you have a younger one, if you have a child, anybody that is in Nigeria, we know that the system cannot protect us now. Please tell them to go and learn how to swim. These are basic skills that people learn at baby level. I learned it at old age. Just let them basically how to be able to survive 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes if the ship sinks or the boat capsizes, for help to arrive without life jackets. Please invest in this. I'm begging everyone here. Invest in this. Do it for someone. Second, please, if you can buy this blood pressure, digital blood pressure checking machine, let that be your Christmas gift this year to somebody who cannot afford it in Nigeria, right?
Okay.
So finally, sorry, we're in Nigeria, I'm rounding up. This may sound very basic, but
I think we lost. I think we lost Izzy. Okay, quickly, let's go straight to. But I mean, I think Izzy made a lot of very salient point. It's important. Some of these things are like basic things you can use to help yourself now that you don't have a government, to be honest. So, Tommy, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Well meaning good evening, Saddam. I chose to come up today and not be in the listener session because yeah, it's personal to me as well. But I am just lucky to be alive. I'm gonna be talking about the health sector as well. And I got a little bit emotional when the last speaker too was speaking because recently I had to go to the hospital because of my teeth, my eyes, and my daughter too was sick recently. And I'll be, when I was shot in the face on Akpomwabi back in Nigeria, I remember when we got to the hospital, the same last suit where they say person build Tinubu does come off the way from heaven, does build somewhere. I remember several times we had to go and fetch water inside last suit. My mom had to go and fetch water. Mosquito goes first, baptize you. There'll be several times, when the last speaker was talking about free healthcare and all of that. Several times, a nurse will maltreat you because you are not giving them 500 for glove that is supposed to be free. They will be using style to be asking you for money. Things like also. I remember when I was given an appointment of 1 week, the doctors were telling me, "Oh, we will save one eye." Told me, "Don't worry, be able to see with one eye, yada yada yada," until infection, happened. They said they couldn't save it anymore. This was 1 week. Then later, after like 3 weeks, that was when they came to see me. They were only prescribing eye drops, telling my even nurses were not even coming to treat me. It was my mom that was using eye drop. You know, and you think about these things. And it's true what the last speaker see. Nigeria can afford these things. Yeah, this Canada where how many things they get with all the resources. This is what you get when you have criminals as leaders, where and there's a balanced system here where it's a balanced life for everybody. They will tax the rich, give to the poor. You have average people everywhere. Now, let me quickly talk about my experiences recently. I went to the, you know,
Tell me, are you sure you have the time? You have
no,
just
no,
1 minute.
I'll be fast, I'll be quick. So I went to the, the optometry recently. Come and see treatment. And I keep saying this, I'm not a citizen. The way they will treat you as if, come and see how doctors will be smiling. My wife was not surprised. Then the next one was my teeth. I for the first time went to a dental clinic here. You will be seeing equipment. You'll be thinking you are in the future. The kind of equipment that you'll be using on you and everything. Thirdly, my daughter recently, she was sick, so we went to the hospital. We even thought hey, money and everything, and they just asked for a health card, you know. And they said, oh no, everything is free. If you see the place we were staying to wait and don't stay with our daughter, ha, see, and it's not like these things cannot happen in Nigeria. It's not like these resources are not there. The only problem we are having is that this money are where it's not supposed to be. People are stealing it,
Yeah.
and what have you. So at the end of the day, Nigeria has happened to many of us, and hopefully, Nigeria doesn't happen to people who mean well for Nigeria. It's just unfortunate.
Mhm.
I'll yield the mic here. Thank you
All right,
so much
thank you
for
very
your time.
much, Sumi. I can totally relate. If most of Nigerians have left Nigeria, if you give them time to, even at that space you go, so the people are for Nigeria, but it's
See,
never,
well,
I think
meaning
we've done
you'll be
this.
shocked that some people will
I
pretend to be
totally,
disabled. If I tell you the things that this country is doing to me,
yeah,
ha.
yeah,
So
yeah, I totally understand. All right, quickly, I'll go straight to Dari. Oga Dari, I mean, we are very short on time, so maybe as quickly as you can quickly just give the submission that will go straight to Oga SIM card. Oga Dari, how far now?
Bro, good evening. I'm good. I'm good. How you guys doing? Emir Saddam. Greet everybody. Uncle Jimmy, how you doing? Everybody, hello, good evening. Yeah, I just want to talk about this Unsobu matter. See, one thing these guys don't know and they don't understand is that some of these guys amongst the obedience, they also have people in APC. You understand? Because some of us are not supporting APC or some of us are not, it means we decide to choose our own path. You understand? And yeah, you can't just assume that everybody in obedience don't have something to do with APC. It's because some people decide to choose their own path. You get, so you can't just wake up and start defaming people. And another thing I want to say is that, uh, you know, NC said something here. I think was it last year. He said that if I go to my draft, I will see some of the things I've written in my draft, but I didn't put them out because it would just be like I'm not being smart. It's the same thing to some of us. I have things in my own draft that when I look at them, I'll be like, this thing is too dangerous to put out. Just put it back. I can't just wake up and say I want to defame someone. There was one guy, the guy lives in Germany, and he was telling me that they are going to go to my page and find something out. I told him, I said, look, whatever you're doing, make sure you are very careful about it because see, we're in Germany, we are both blacks. And one thing German police like a lot, their criminal, their social police, what they like a lot is that the fight is between two blacks. They will definitely work on it. So when you're doing this thing, be ready. Get ready with your evidence because you cannot hide. You will not. There's no hiding place for you here in Germany because I will find you out. So he went. I think he went on my page. He couldn't find anything and stuff. He just blocked me. This is what we are telling people. Look, if you want to put something out, make sure that it's verifiable. You can hold something. The other day they were talking, this long naked idiot who lives in the UK named Kyle Oguns or whatever his name, his bullshit name is. He was putting something out. Oh, that is defaming Betokun. And when I went to the tweet again, I had some friends who looked into the tweet. I had a lawyer also looked in the tweet and said, well, as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing defaming here. You didn't defame anybody. You ask a question which has been asked. Is Egbetokun a friend to IB Dende? Let him come out and talk about it. If I am a friend with him, That was even one of the reasons why I use his picture as his picture with Ibidende as my cover photo. So he has to come out and tell us that he's not friends with Ibidende. You understand? So this don't have sense. They just think everything is clout. Now the guy, you just woke up and you went to say that if this kind of lawyer helps you with the case, you just end up in Kerikeri. How can you say that to someone who spent so much time studying in the university and has never come out to talk to you, or he doesn't have anything to do with you? Whatever you see, you have to take it. So stop saying anybody is arresting anybody. You are eating from what you prepared. You are eating what you cooked, and you should eat it very well. That's just the thing. So stop complaining, stop crying, and stop keep if you like keep defaming. That one that has been saying I'm an ex-convict. See, one thing if some of his friends are on here, one thing I just want to let him know is that don't let me get you. I'm working really hard on your case, and I'm very silent about it. But one day I'll make sure that I get you, and that day you will be reminded of the cruise that you have been catching. So keep posting, keep writing that in. I will not give you that attention that you need. But one day, that your APC will not be there to help you. I hit
Yeah.
the mic now.
Thank you very much, Dari. Very, very salient point. It's very important to keep emphasizing that if you not cross banter, just leave it at banter. Banter is okay. Don't cross the line to defamation. Augustine Card, please.
Quickly, good evening, everybody, from Emir Saddam to well-meaning Jimmy.
I don't see a new flatmate too.
Yeah, so quickly, today I want to talk about our health care. I look exactly the same way where I look. I look like my uncle. When they say people are two, I looked exactly like my uncle. And I grew up with my mommy's auntie sibling, my mom. Today, I never called my mom mom. I called my mom auntie. I don't know if you've ever had that kind of situation.
I'm in
So
that same situation actually.
my mom na auntie, you know. So in other places you can say auntie, but we for area na auntie, you know. So my uncle, I'm a replica of my uncle. My uncle was doing very well. I want to talk about the health sector. My uncle was doing very well. He was a welder in Warri, doing very well. And for some reason, he left home one day and he was nowhere to be found. We're looking for him. We don't know where he was. All the search to find him was to no avail. And at the end of the day, we were like, okay, let's see where he could be, because then he was riding a motorbike and we could not find him after 2 weeks. And we're like, okay, where are we going to search? We kept searching. We searched all the police stations in Warri. We could not find him. After the second week, we were like, okay, let's search in the morgues. Trust me. We went to the morgue and they looked around the morgue and all those things. When they brought those fridges where they put those people in those fridges, when they pulled the seventh one, I saw his toe and I was like, nah, bros, lucky be that. What happened? He got involved in an accident. Someone crushed him and nothing, no story. And the next thing, he was in the morgue. At the end of the day, what happened? No story. They're not the talk now. So nobody get idea till today. Nobody know anything. If I give birth to a son today, my son's name will be Lucky, because I'm like a replica of Uncle Lucky. Why am I saying this? In this country, whatever you do and whichever thing you do, even now, I'm talking about Uncle Lucky died like 10 years back. But today, trust me, yesterday I bought Ampiclos, one tablet, 1,500 naira. Not sick for this country. Not sick. Not let anything make you sick. Not try it. Because you don't have an idea of the number of doctors, nurses, that have left. You know the law we treat here is these Gen Z's losses, some that are into drugs and stuff. You never can tell. I'm not saying all of them. Don't quote me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they are not intelligent or they don't know what they are doing. But trust me, the system is messed up. So please, let's be very careful because going by what happened yesterday, for the fact that I'm in the entertainment industry, it's crazy because you
Yeah.
never can tell what happens because what happens, nobody prays to go to work. You cannot go to work and not come back home. It's crazy. Junior people went to work, go hustle, will not come back home. Nobody wants to go to work and not come back home. It's crazy. We're in a that situation in this country. The health sector, we need everything in place. Things are right. And to find people when you see a well-meaning whom has been consistent in giving, in doing what he does, he decided to give water where nothing is happening, and you come to criticize him and you come to say things about him. If you don't have heart, if you don't have conscience, if you are not human, you should die. You should just bury your head in shame. And see, let me tell you something. Peter B has caused a revolution in the north. The north has more billionaires anywhere in this country today as we speak. But
Yeah.
none of them come to do what Peter B is doing in their region. You see a northerner with palm slippers and Nika, just short Nika, and is a billionaire in the north. But they don't care what happens in the north. But Peter B has caused a revolution in the north as we speak. So I'm just trying to go round and round, but trust me, with the revolution, the north is awakening, and we shouldn't stop. Don't stop. Keep doing what you do. The health system is messed up. Everything is all messed up. Our governance is messed up. Everything is hijacked. But please keep doing what you do. God bless you for what you do. I love you guys. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Don't let me stop you.
I go arrest you straight.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Jimmy, I think you quickly want to say something. Those who run it.
Yeah, yeah. I just
I
want
did
to
hear
say,
your hand.
don't mind them. I just want to quickly say, my dear obedient, please, in the name of God, if you want to banter someone, banter one on one. If you want to defame, make sure you have money to get lawyer because I don't think crowdfund for anybody. Anything I say, I say it my full chest. I can stand back. Yeah? I can put my mouth on it. Nobody Saddam now obedient. If Kasala boss, he go get my back. Or Jimmy, Oga Jimmy, violence, he go get my back. My brother, because it is right now. What they are doing is deliberately pushing out in Nigeria. They are looking for anything just to Melembe. Don't go for you can't my with my case. You can like make a thing. But no go like something I don't just because you're on your own. No.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it back to that because that's actually where I wanted to wrap the entire space up today. It's very important. We know that especially now they'll be looking for anything to hold on an obedient. It's just very important not to cross that line of like Dari was saying just now. My draft. there are sometimes maybe out of anger I would have said something. I know it can serve as just banter. Like I said earlier, if other pastor guy, he's not a pastor, really, pastor guy did was just say, oh, it be like I see them now obedient, they be thief, oh, it be like saying Saddam, be like saying just throw that shit. I'm sure everybody will have forgotten. Keep emphasizing man faith, because if they won't allow him go without justice, the truth is that all of us can go mad. So all of us now, I can as well just form a tweet all of a sudden and say one person is sponsoring terrorists and say it was one that tweeted it. I can just go ahead and do it. I can go ahead and edit a Dayo Israel's tweet and say, Dayo Israel, just say, oh, my Boko Haram boys really, and it's tweet, and all of a sudden it's out there. People will start to debate, oh, did he really tweet it? Did he really not tweet it? And all that. So it's important. Even you that want to help him, you could be a victim tomorrow. Best way to help him, get him a lawyer, ask him to maybe if they will agree for him to apologize, whatever he wants to do. The best way to help him is not to break the law further for him. And that's very important. Thanks to everybody for coming today. Let's not forget tomorrow, Parallel Fact will be tomorrow, yeah, Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow, Parallel Fact will be having the LP Lagos State chairperson. They have been, just to also have that conversation. Let's touch base. Thanks to Parallel Fact for that opportunity as well. So let's endeavor to be up tomorrow. All right, Saddam, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thank you very much, guys. And please, you also have to close the space now. We have been here over 44 minutes past our time. And time zone has changed. For most of you in Nigeria, it's still not yet. It's about to go into 12 o'clock. For some of us, already 1. So please, we have to shut the space down right now. But we'll be back. There will be Parent Fast Space tomorrow. You can join them on that space. Please come with your questions. Come ask any question you want to ask them on that space tomorrow. And we'll be back hopefully on the violence space next week, Tuesday. Please, I also want to just add this one more time. Please, because people are in my DMs have asked me so many questions. It's important to understand. We reiterate this for everybody to understand. Please know the difference between yab, banter, and defamation. It is very important to understand these lines. Don't just go there and start defaming anybody. There is a cyber crime that comes with that. There's a punishment for it. It's very, very important to understand these things. And that people have refused to take it up doesn't mean that some people will not take it up. So you might choose and call somebody names and the person does not say anything about it. Does not mean that person cannot wake up one day and say something about it. So please, very, very important to understand, especially for our obedience. In fact, I say this all the time, that you don't even need to even defame anything in APC. The death in that party is enough for you. Just highlight the death. Is enough to go around on that party. It's a party of criminals. Everything about that party is evil. Just pick out one sector and shine your light on that sector. You will see cankerworms of death coming out from that sector. That's enough for you. So it's very, very important, please, because we know the kind of people we're dealing with. We know the people that we're up. We know the people we're up against. So, guys, thank you very much. Please, for those that could not get the mic to speak, I beg, we have shut down the space for today. We cannot go on any further. We'll be back, hopefully, God's willing, next week, Tuesday. And also, there'll be a Parent Fact space tomorrow. Please, you can join that space also. Important conversations. Many people have said, why do you want to give LP platform? I said, why don't you want to give them platform? If you want to have a question, you ask them. If people say they don't want to engage, they want to engage, it's still a problem. So it's an opportunity for us to also engage them. If there are things you want to say that, and so you can say it tomorrow. Question, somebody's going to gag anybody, you come out there and ask what you want to ask as it hits you. So thank you guys very much. I see every one of you. Please, one more time, apologies to those that could not get the mic to speak. Hopefully, I see all your faces. Hopefully, God's willing, on Tuesday, and we'll have a chance to speak. Thank you, my brother, Wellman Nigeria. Thank you, Jimmy, for always coming out here and spending time with our people. Thank you, every one of you. I see you, Gabriel Williams, Bethany, Dr. Famsley, Kingsley, Pearls, the general herself, Field Marshal. I see you, General Oluchi. Thank you for joining. Violence Space team, thank you guys so much for making sure we're streaming this space across all our multiple platforms. Thank you, my brother, you never best. Please, my sister, sweet Angel, as we always, please, guys, reach out to Sweet Angel. She's mourning in this season. When one is mourning, we're all mourning. My brother Joe Obedient, thank you so much. Omega XD, Mommy Anka Dede, Arewachi, Honorable Ada, Dr. Ekena, Liberty Champion, Mazi, Godswill for Nigeria, Polonium, Dr. Mary White, Dr. Bankole Justice, Kolade, Oluwadame Larry Olawaski, Mr. Chike, Kolade, my brother, thank you so much. Biruki, what's good, man? Dr. AI, Dr. Lou, Leonard Man, Incoming Virus, um, this official South, High Sense, I see you. Mama Wakili, thank you so much. Anze, Fetch, Prince, Bombastic Mike, Mr. Waleri, Simca, Duchess of Canada, Ray Akin, I see you, my brother Z. Thank you so much, guys. Nos Ray, Jennifer, guys, I can't follow.